There's a part of me that makes it hard to see the world today. I often turn to comfort in these times. With my freaks and my geeks, I'll walk hard into the day. Helps to say fuck the lemons and bail. The cable guy will keep me warm on Talladega nights. When the world is feeling super bad, it makes me feel alright. The wanderlust just takes my mind off what's going on right now. Honey, I'm just a nerd for Apatow. Honey, I'm just a nerd for Apatow.
I'm Ethan Yeshaya, and this is Apatow Nerd. My guest today is Morgan Gray. We met in middle school doing a production of The Music Man Jr., but we reconnected my sophomore year of high school. We were pretty inseparable. She's one of the funniest people I've ever met, and you will be delighted just getting to hear her talk into a microphone. So here she is, Morgan Gray.
3, 2, 1. That was really satisfying.
That was crisp. That was really nice.
Here it is. Put it right down the hatch. Here we go. I might have spilled a little bit on the microphone. That's all right. Morgan.
Hi.
Welcome to Apatow Nerd.
Thank you so much for having me.
Are you an Apatow nerd?
I gotta be so I mean, what's like I wouldn't say I'm the opposite of a nerd. I'd say I'm like Apatow aware.
Hell yeah.
Like I know, like I've seen, I know I'm like, of course I'm forgetting literally every single thing he's done. But yeah, I've seen like 40-Year-Old Virgin. Did he direct that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Knocked Up. I know there's like the extended like Pineapple Express that is still somewhat related to him,
Yes.
I believe.
So you're hitting on something that the more I'm kind of doing this podcast and kind of developing and trying to think of how to do it, I'm talking to more people about him, and it's really fascinating because I'm learning what other people perceive Judd Apatow to be. And the first things you named were his directorial movies, like Knocked Up, 40-Year-Old Virgin, and those were big hits and everything like that. But the funny thing is, for me, the things I first think of with Judd Apatow are a lot of the movies that he produced. That so Anchorman's an example, right? Because he didn't write it. He was in it for like 5 seconds, but he produced it, and that's one of my favorite parts of the Judd Apatow universe. Is my two favorite things are his work on TV and his work as a producer. Even though I love his movies so much, like the ones he directed, but I'm glad we are watching one that you're so intimately familiar with.
God, yeah, it really set my DC down. There we go. Yeah, which like after watching it, I was like, yeah, of course, like that makes so much sense.
It's in your DNA.
Yeah, it really is in my DNA, because I remember it. I guess my story with Anchorman. I saw it in theaters, which I probably shouldn't have, because like.
Oh, that's really inappropriate. I mean,
yeah. No, my parents would just like I feel like I did like as a kid, I was so like I was so quote unquote like a good kid, but like one thing, like I was kind of exposed in. I guess I don't feel like it's inappropriate, but like maybe it was, like my parents kind of just like let us watch anything. Like I'm not saying like porn or like not like anything like scary, but like
John Gray wasn't like,
yeah, I was like, have you heard of Pornhub? I mean, I'm so sorry. I'm like not trying to dox my parents.
I let you finish that one because I just couldn't do it.
We can get that out. We can get that.
He is a
post.
doctor.
He is a doctor. He is a medical doctor. Yeah, please don't take away his license. World, we need it.
Can you imagine if the Apatow Nerd Podcast is the reason why your dad lost his medical license?
The like butterfly effect. I record this podcast. My dad loses his job.
I think I would forever I wouldn't be able to ever do anything again. I would be so horrified, and I would. Yeah.
It'd be the beginning of the end.
I'd probably go to medical school to make up for
Wait, that would be a good movie, actually. Like someone's like, they have a friend on a podcast ends up getting their friend's dad fired.
Mouthy Jew with ADHD goes to medical school and doesn't know how to understand anything that he's learning.
Wait, honestly, this sounds kind of good. I'd watch.
Yeah, I'd definitely watch.
But I saw Anchorman in theaters, and I remember, like, I just hadn't seen anything like it. Because I think
you were in 5th grade, weren't you?
5th or 6th grade, yeah. Because I don't know why, but I feel like they're just like, they can handle it. Like, I remember, I'm trying to think of
that boner though.
God, yeah. I mean, I don't think I was like, oh, okay. And again, that's like another just like returning to this movie that I watched so much as like a kid and a teen, but I don't think I probably watched it as an adult, but it had been probably at least like, I don't know, 8-10 years, I think the last time until I watched it. Spoiler alert, I watched it last night. But
same.
Yeah. we prepped.
We didn't watch it together, but we texted each other a picture of us.
We confirmed. It. Yeah. Confirmed Anchorman sightings. But yeah, like I remember seeing it as a kid in theaters, and I think part of why I liked it was, it's that thrill of like, oh wow, like there's saying bad things, and like I'm sure there was, a lot of jokes that went over my head, but I think in a weird way, and I think there are probably like, other people who are into comedy too, where, that was kind of one of the first mainstream comedies that I had ever seen that, wasn't made for kids. It was just like a straight up comedy. Cause at that age I was still, I think I'd seen a few other PG-13 movies, but I feel like that was probably, one of the first real comedies that I was ever introduced to. And I remember liking it. I think because watching it again, it's just so complimentary, dumb. A lot of the gags are they're just silly. Yeah. And like, there's a lot of inappropriate or like what, for a child, inappropriate humor, but a lot of like the dog getting kicked off the bridge. And I totally forgot about
horrified. And
I know.
Did he just kill a dog? Like we should have looked on that website. Like, does the dog die? I didn't even laugh at that, but I laughed because it was Jack Black, and it was like, oh, funny. Like I didn't know he was in this movie because I hadn't seen it since I was a kid. And when he kicks the dog off the bridge, spoiler, my wife and I just looked at each other like we had seen someone do that on like the what's the bridge in the famous bridge in Minneapolis? I can't even come up with
35W. Stone Arch.
Stone Arch. I was gonna,
I don't know why I said 35W before Stone Arch. I'm like, that national landmark, the 35W bridge, which does light up.
Yes.
Credit where credit is.
Can you imagine?
She does light up.
You're walking down the street. You're on a first date. People are eating gelato. Young girls are getting their senior pictures done.
Yes, that
in front of the skyline of the Twin Cities.
A gorgeous
and
shot.
Then Jack Black kicks a dog off the bridge into the water. It was so horrifying that.
To be fair, it's very clearly a stuffed dog.
Yeah,
which I think is like part of the joke because like it would be literally so horrible to see
my God.
An actual dog.
And you know what?
Bridge.
I felt proud of myself because I truly didn't remember almost anything in the movie from when I was a kid.
I forgot a lot more than I thought. That sentence makes no sense. But I'd forgotten a lot, of what had actually happened in the movie. I was like, oh, I forgot about that gag. Oh, that plot point. Shit, I totally forgot about that.
Well, I'll tell you more about how much I had forgotten because it's funny. But I had looked at Bridget after the dog part, and I was like, don't worry. Like I had this instinct to be like, don't worry. He like, it's a comedy. So he very well may be alive by at the end of the movie. And spoiler, he was.
He lives. Baxter lives.
Thank God.
Justice for Baxter.
But well, so first I want to tell my origin story of Anchorman, which is with you. You're part of my origin story of Anchorman. I don't think I had seen it before you and I watched it in Ben's basement. Wow. So when we were in high school, our friends Ben and Anna were dating, but Morgan and I were not.
Basically, I was single throughout high school, not to brag.
For the
or
most
anything.
part, same.
Yeah.
Until like senior year or something, but like for the most part, same. And Morgan and I were just, that wasn't our, that wasn't our story.
We weren't chosen, and that's okay, kids. That's okay.
But we were in the basement, and you and I were sitting close to the TV, and our friends Ben and Anna were behind us on the couch, and they were just clearly going at it, making out. And I think your coping mechanism in that moment to like kind of take away some of the uncomfortable like it was just so uncomfortable, and the way you coped was you basically showed me that you knew every line of Anchorman. No, and like I could see, like, if it was me, maybe remembering something like that, I would be embarrassed or something. But like, I'm truly, to this day, I'm like, that's so impressive because I'm so bad with lines. That's, how many times did you watch it growing up? Because
I guess like what's weird about this and like revisiting memories and like how this is like not the point of the podcast, but like I don't remember that, and I'm
really
literally like, I'm like, I don't remember that.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, like,
I'm not, and that's not to in any way like negate or try to be like, no, I wasn't a fucking nerd. I didn't like watch this alone in my basement a bunch. But like, I just, I feel, because I remember so many other times in that basement, but like that one.
You don't remember.
I don't. I'm so sorry. Because like when you mentioned, you're like, you introduced me to Anchorman. I think I was just assuming like, oh, you watched it at my house at some point. No.
You and I watched it in front of Ben's huge screen TV.
Yeah.
Ben, R.I.P. Actually, he passed away. He was a really funny guy, and he was really, really funny, and he could just do impressions of pretty much anyone. He was hilarious, and he lived in a big old house.
Yep. Yeah, very like
a big old house, like, and
fancy kind of finished basement.
Fancy, yeah. It was just nice. Like hanging out over there was always just like, oh, this is luxury.
Yeah.
He had a big old pool table in there in the basement.
Had a love sack, which during that time, if you're unaware, a love sack is an enormous beanbag chair. I guess people probably know what love sack. I don't know. I'm like, I don't know if you've heard.
Well, if I'm lucky enough that anyone listens to this podcast that isn't from the Twin Cities area, aka my friends, I know the love sack besides Ben Rowe's basement. I know it from the Mall of America has a love sack store.
Do they still?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I was like, I'm gonna go check them out after this. I'm not.
You leave the podcast and get in your car to go make sure that it's not.
It hasn't turned into like a store that sells like, I don't know. There's so many weird stores at the Mall of America.
Yeah.
Like the one that's like devoted to hot sauce that like, have you seen that one?
Right. I have seen that one.
Or like it's like a store devoted to like a specific kind of candle. God, I love them.
Is it like the Gwyneth Paltrow candle? The
vagina. Yeah. I don't know why I said it, but like, her vagina candle.
The Varjana.
She's awesome. I mean, she's sort of
unhinged a little bit.
I was like, are we going to get in trouble for saying that?
I think, there's a thing that happens to certain actors when they reach a certain age and level of fame where they they lose sight of reality a little bit. They marry people from Coldplay.
Oh yeah. If only we all could, but we're.
But Gwyneth Paltrow in the 90s was quite an amazing. I'm sure she's always been a great actor, but I just think of certain movies from that period of time that was like, yeah, heck yeah.
I mean, she's in still is, but like she was like one of the biggest stars, and like was kind of at a certain point she's like, I'm good. Like, I
could see why people give it up at a certain point.
Yeah, because and now she's. Well, I know she was in Marty Supreme. I guess that was like her, but like she was in a lot of Marvel movies, and she kind of forgot that she was in them, which is kind of actually cool.
Did you see Marty Supreme yet?
I haven't seen it yet. I suggested that to my family around Christmas. So I was like, oh, this is a movie we could see. My mom's like, sold out. Why don't we see The Housemaid instead? Which is the one with Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried. I had a good time.
Kai Brewster went to the premiere of Housemaid.
What?
Yeah.
Why? How?
I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but he knows Paul Feig now. But more specifically, he knows Paul Feig's wife. Paul Feig, another hero of mine, another reason why I'm doing a podcast
he's always wearing
about
suits,
Judd
right?
Apatow.
Like that's kind of his thing. Like he's always like, I've got my lavender suit on.
Yep. Creator of Freaks and Geeks. Freaks and Geeks was actually based on his childhood in Michigan.
Oh.
So he's an amazing, he directed a bunch of episodes of The Office. Mm-hmm. He directed Bridesmaids.
Yep.
Yeah, he's just, and then of course like Last Christmas and these huge blockbuster ones that are coming out now. But he's just like, what a comedy legend, and I'm so jealous. I got to go to this premiere. It sounds so cool.
Like in LA, like that.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say, I was like, they did. I mean, why would they have a premiere in Minnesota? I don't know why my brain's like here, like
fully at the Chinese theater.
Whoa,
on Hollywood Boulevard. Yeah.
He got growled.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I was like, damn, I think in my 20s, I was more of a jealous guy in my 20s. So I would have been like mad, like actually mad at Kai that he got to have that experience. I'm more like happy for people when things happen that are cool for them now. Yeah. I'm less like,
I think, I'm just kind of bemused. I'm like, all right, that's sick.
Like,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is very cool.
I always get Paul Feig and is it because there's like the Marvel guy named like Kevin.
Oh,
Kevin Feige.
Maybe.
Feige?
I don't know.
Feige? He's French. No, he's not.
I've completely just turned my brain off to anything Marvel.
Yeah,
we've talked about this before.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's just not my thing.
I mean, a lot of it. Like even in college, I was like, oh yeah, that's like a fun movie. But I mean, well, it's all connected.
Yeah.
Something, and I mean, I know we'll get there, but just like watching this movie again and seeing like Paul Rudd, who at this point was not that famous. I mean, people knew him, but I mean, he's not the star or level of star that
especially as a comedy star. Like he was in Clueless, which I think at the time people didn't realize was a satire or a comedy. You know, like it kind of passed as like kind of like Mean Girls could be no, maybe not so much Mean Girls, but some movies can kind of pass as like a teen drama or something, but they're, you know, it's supposed to be kind of silly.
Oh, I love Clueless is like genuinely like one of my favorite
it's so good
movies.
But one of the earliest roles, and it might actually be his first role as an actor, Paul Rudd, was Halloween Part 6.
Ooh, you know it's good when there's
the return of
6.
Michael Myers, or is it Revenge of Michael Myers? I think it's the return of Michael Myers. It is absolute nonsense. The whole movie makes no sense. They try to bring all these like spiritual, like supernatural elements to the Halloween franchise. The Halloween is about just a serial killer guy, and they're trying to the storyline is complete nonsense, and he does a really earnest job.
Yeah,
and it's very sweet. So that's a good watch if you can check that one out.
I should. I know. That's not the one, or wait, was that also part of the Halloween franchise where like there's this like evil company that's like putting a curse on masks?
Halloween Part 3.
Oh, that's part 3. Okay, because I know I'm familiar with that one.
Yeah,
But
and
part
it's
6, wow.
So Halloween, those movies are all about. I'm not explaining to you. Anyone listening who hasn't seen them.
Explain.
They're
Please.
about a serial killer named Michael Myers. But the third movie, inexplicably, like doesn't include Michael Myers at all, and it's
Okay, that's why I questioned myself, because I was like, wait, is that Halloween related, or is that
No,
okay,
you're,
so it
you're
is.
right on.
It
It's
is.
called Season of the Witch, and it
Yes,
makes
yes.
And you know what? It's the only I've seen every Halloween film.
Oh, wow.
All like I think there's 13. I've seen all of them
13?
except Season of the Witch.
I kind of want to watch it.
Maybe we can do an episode of Apatow Nerd.
Yeah.
Because technically this podcast is going to be on films and shows that are in the Apatow universe. So most of them will be ones that Apatow was on set for, either pitching jokes at the very least or directing, something like that. But I would say it would be acceptable because Paul Rudd was in
in the Halloween franchise.
a Halloween movie
That we're not doing, but
no, this podcast is going to go off the rails.
I mean that like that where he was that he like we would do an episode in the Halloween franchise, which he is in,
Yes.
but not the movie.
Yeah,
that
right.
he's
Not the movie. No, that's why it's going off the rails. I feel like by the end of this podcast, I'm going to be doing any movie. There's going to be just no rules.
You'll move on to like Paul Thomas Anderson or something. You're like, well, they went to the same. Oh,
One of the things I wrote down that I learned about Anchorman, Paul Thomas Anderson was slated to produce Anchorman
really?
before Judd Apatow got involved.
Oh my God. That I'm so curious, like how different like tonally the movie would be, because like, I mean, watching this movie now, like it is very much obviously that like Adam McKay, Will Ferrell brand of humor.
Sure.
But like, I can definitely see like the Judd Apatow influence as well. But like, you have Paul Thomas. I mean,
so I learned from a different podcast. I was listening to Judd Apatow talking about how he's friends with Paul Thomas Anderson. So this is a fun fact. Judd was saying that he couldn't figure out how to not how to end his movie Funny People, but how to kind of like edit the ending. So it like the music cues felt right, or it was cut in the right places. And he was just hanging out with Paul Thomas Anderson, and Judd was like, I'm kind of hungry. I'm going to go on lunch break. And Paul was like, hey, actually, can I stay back and just try some stuff? And when he came back, he had like edited, done his Paul Thomas Anderson cut, which I don't think ended up in the movie, but but Judd was saying how like, oh my God, like it looks like a Paul Thomas Anderson movie now. And it's like, it's not like the filter on the lens or the angle. It's nothing like that. It's just the cuts. And it makes me wonder if that is what makes a PTA movie look like a PTA movie, is the editing more than anything else.
I mean, I think, the more I watch movies, the more I learn. Like, I mean, I think just like, how much, well, I mean, people talk about like Martin Scorsese and his editor, Thelma Shoemaker. I mean, that it's like,
I know very little about this.
Yeah, she's, I think I don't know if it's every movie, but
whoa, that's cool.
Yeah,
I want to learn more
like
about editors. That's really interesting.
For a very long time, or like cinematography. I feel like if a movie that has like Roger Deakins as the cinematographer, a lot of Coen Brothers movies have Roger Deakins. They got deked. So like, it's interesting. It's like, where like just with producers and editors and like where what makes a movie. There are so many different elements that make a movie look like and feel like a different movie. But that's super interesting. Like, I wonder, would it take on sort of like not even a darker tone, but sort of like a...
It would probably have less camp, I would imagine.
Yeah, because I think Paul Thomas, he is actually very funny. There's actually like a lot
I mean,
about
his movies are comedies for sure.
Very funny, but it's not camp, which this almost verges on, Anchorman almost verges on. I mean, there's a whole animated sequence. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot about that.
No, that was cool. That was cool. I think Bridget was like working on her coloring book when we were watching, and I was like, no, you got to watch this. This is wild.
Yeah, they just like, and it really, I think what I love about it too is that, now speaking of Paul Thomas Anderson, who very famously did a very 70s movie like Boogie Nights, this is also a very 70s movie.
I was thinking that too. Yeah,
I think that's something I really, watching it again, I appreciated that it looks in the best way. Like it looks a little, not even rough around the edges, but. And I can't really, I don't have quite like the language to describe why, but I'm like, oh, this looks, I believe that these people live in the 70s. It doesn't have that sort of like digital.
It's grainy a little bit.
It is a little grainy compared to when I was watching it on Pluto TV. Shout out to Pluto TV.
Nice. With all the ads.
With all like the AI gambling ads, which were so gorgeous to see like 6 times in a row.
Yeah.
When they did the sequel, I was like, oh, it really lost something, because I don't know if it was a switch between like film and digital or just the way it was edited. But the sequel to Anchorman, I was like, oh, just the look of it feels like such a departure from the first one, because it's so sleek looking. Like,
and that's a mistake. I think that's a mistake. I don't know if they shot it on film, the first Anchorman.
Yeah.
But it had sort of that look to me.
Yeah.
That like, it had that like, they either shot it on film or they probably did something in editing to kind of make it look 70s. And I thought that was so cool. So I want to go back to my origin story, a little bit of Anchorman. Well, not really my origin story, but we turned it on last night to watch it. And I realized in the first like 30 seconds, I was like, I'm such an idiot.
What?
I'm so dumb, because I forgot the movie was a period piece.
Really?
Yeah. I thought that he just had a funny mustache, and I thought the other guy had a funny mustache, and I was like blown away. I was like, for such a silly, campy comedy, the 70s stuff, it felt very period, and it was great.
I'm sorry. I'm like, the costumes.
Oh, the costume design is
for
beautiful.
Like a comedy, which they didn't like. The costumes are excellent.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like I love costumes. Like, that's like one of the elements, like watching a movie, that I always kind of look at first, or it's what I notice first. And it's like, this sounds silly, but just like the vibrancy. And I know there's been so much talk about how sort of flat and gray things look now in a lot of cinematography, and in a lot of movies and a lot of TV shows. Like, they're literally lit so dark, you're like, I can't see what's going on. Yes, yeah. I mean, it does kind of get a little bit into that sort of like, everything's sort of like gray and blue, especially anything that is sort of dystopian
Stranger
or futuristic.
Things is so dark. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, people are like, I can't see. But this, it's like, you literally, everyone is lit. You can see everyone's fucking lit.
Judd Apatow, I'm not talking about all of his work, because he's done so many different types of things, but his directorial stuff is really bright.
Yes.
And like really just like Knocked Up is just like bright in your face, kind of like, and it's a choice, and it's not my personal like instinct of what I like visually in like a film. Like if Paul Thomas Anderson, one of his movies looked like Knocked Up, I would be disappointed. But I think if we're going to judge a comedy for being a comedy, it like too much good cinematography would actually like take away from the jokes. Well, and I like wonder if they think about that, if they're like, no, like let's just like make it nice and bright so we don't have to, so nothing distracts. Like you don't want the shot to be so good that you're like, wow, look at that shot, and then you miss like 5 balls jokes. Like,
well, yeah, and I think that's like, because like a lot of, I mean, there's maybe some, but there isn't, at least for like during this time when Adam McKay was making these kinds of movies. I mean, there might be some jokey kind of zooms or things like that, but a lot of the scenes are just sort of static, except for maybe when he's doing Yaz flute at the bar. But a lot of it is just sort of like bright open spaces.
Yeah.
Characters are in the center of the frame.
And it's probably smart because those movies stayed iconic, and they're not iconic because of how they like how the shots look. It's iconic about like who the characters are, what the jokes are, and those things stay in your brain and your hearts for a long time. You know what's interesting is I wish I had my phone on. I'm using my phone to video this, but if you could pull up Google.
Pull it up?
Yeah. Have you ever seen Judd Apatow's movie Funny People with Adam Sandler?
No, I remember people kind of talking about it. It's like, yeah, he's really getting into something like a little deeper, quote unquote. Like, because I know it's a little more poignant than some of his other, or that's like the impression I got, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's I think Judd Apatow is like really, I think he's really a master of the comedy drama. So if you watch like Knocked Up, people seem to remember movies like that because like Seth Rogen was like smoking a bong, and then they just think that it's a stoner movie. And then I'm going to take a breath here.
Take a breath.
I get annoyed with what people perceive Judd Apatow to be as a figure, as a creator, because he's so many things. And he created Freaks and Geeks. He discovered Seth Rogen and James Franco and that whole thing, and he casted them in his movies. And he has moments in Knocked Up where these dudes are getting stoned and just being ding dongs. But the whole story of that movie is how that lifestyle isn't sustainable to be an adult. It's about a guy who knocks a woman up, and then he has to like learn the hard way how to grow up. And then the main woman in that movie, I guess her lesson is she learns how to like loosen up a little bit, but for the most part, she is already a grown up. So the movie is more about this dude that really needs to learn the hard way how to grow up, and that's like a poignant, that's like a painful thing. And I just get annoyed that people only just remember the scenes where he's like and like smoking weed. I'm like no, watch the whole thing. Yeah, I don't know if I'm right about this, but I
mean I think that is like a lot of the movie, and I also feel bad because I think Katherine Heigl after that movie got super famous, and then like who knows, you know, like what actually transpired, but she kind of got like a reputation for being like quote unquote difficult after that. And like
I remember that.
Yeah, it was kind of sad. And I mean, I'm putting it out there. I don't know Katherine Heigl personally, but
I don't know anything about her. I just know she is fucking excellent in Knocked Up. That's one of my favorite movies.
I feel like well, Grey's Anatomy, I think, is what she's most known for.
Okay, so I've never seen that, but
I haven't somehow, which I feel like I should at some. I don't know how I've gotten this far, and I haven't seen a single episode of Grey's Anatomy, and not in any kind of like braggy like. Yeah, I didn't watch that. Like, I think because, and there are so many seasons of it now that I'm just like, I don't even know.
Hey, I didn't watch The Sopranos until this year. Well, I mean, technically last year.
What a thrill.
And I've only seen the first 2 seasons. So I can't judge anybody for what they haven't seen.
I know. And well, I'm at a point where I'm like, and maybe that I should get along for the ride, but like those shows that go on for so long, like Grey's Anatomy, where they're on like season 27, and it's like actually the hospital's in a spaceship now, and you're like, oh, okay. Where like it like started off as just like, you know, a medical kind of soapy medical drama.
Do they go to space on that show?
No,
Okay.
I'm exaggerating. But I don't know. It could happen.
Wait. So open up your phone real quick, because we were just talking about this a while ago, but when we were talking on the subject of so on the subject of cinematography in these comedy movies, Judd Apatow's movie Funny People was the cinematographer was this guy named Janusz Kaminski, and what did he work on? He did Saving Private Ryan, Schindler's List.
Oh, I know. I'm like, that name actually sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah, so he's like a big deal. And did all these amazing movies that look incredible. But what's funny is when I watch Funny People, I'm like, it doesn't look that great. Like it doesn't look like miraculous, like a PTA or something like that. It's just kind of, it's brightly lit, and I wonder if that's just the choice to make for movies like this. I wonder how involved Judd is in being like, I'm like, hey, brighten it up a little bit, or like, don't be so artsy. I wonder if Judd, like, cause he's directing that movie. Like, I wonder, this is why I have this podcast. I have so many questions. I'm so curious about what this process is. So much fun.
Well, and I also think too, like, which is like, I feel like especially watching Anchorman now, one of the jokes is just like, San Diego, because it's like they're not in like LA or like a big flashy, I mean, they're in San Diego, which like is like a beautiful place.
It's a lovely city. Yeah.
It's you know, it's bright, it's sunny, but it's kind of boring. Like nothing really like happens, but like I think that was a smart choice to set it in a place like San Diego, and having the characters treat being a news anchor from San Diego as like essentially being, I literally forgot the name of any famous newscaster. I wanted to say Bryan Cranston.
I was going to say,
what's his name? Brian he kind of fell from Brian Williams. Father of his name? Allison Williams.
What?
Yeah. That's
from
her
Girls?
Dad. Yes. Her dad
She's a Nepo baby?
Yeah.
That's cool. She's amazing on Girls. She's
I love her a lot.
Unlikable on Girls, but she's just so great.
She plays that type of character like I better than literally anyone could, and she's very funny. Oh God, I forgot what we were even talking about.
Janusz
and his cinematography, but this movie, I think that's something kind of like we were talking about before too. I'm like, it's so bright, and the colors are so vibrant. Like his blue suit is just like bah, and like
it's iconic looking. I mean,
it's like, I know it's funny that like movies have started to look sort of so flat and homogenous that like you see a goofy ass comedy from, what was it, 2003 2004, and you're like, wow, this looks so beautiful, which is not, like you were saying, it's like, that is not the point of Anchorman to people to be like, wow, what, the colors are so saturated. But they are, like, it's kind of refreshing to watch, just like, even though like maybe some of the jokes haven't aged great, and I wasn't like maybe laughing out loud as much as when I was a kid and when I was a teenager, but like it was nice to just watch a movie that is like unabashedly a comedy, whereas I feel like the last few years there have been so many, and like that's not to shit on those movies either, but it's like I feel like so many people, like we have a lot of like TV series that are comedies, but you're not seeing a lot, like when I was growing up, just like straight up comedies. Like sure, there are there might be some more dramatic or poignant elements to them, but you don't like, it sounds so dumb, but it's like you don't see an Anchorman getting made today for various reasons.
So much. I
Yeah.
think about this so much. Part of it is I like Judd Apatow, and he talks about stuff like this. He made an interesting point on, I saw it on TikTok or something. He was interviewed, and they were like, why don't comedies get made anymore? And he said the death of DVDs was a big part of it, because basically when you would release a film in theaters, you would get the box office sales, and then people would buy it on DVD, and you would also get the DVD sales. So basically they're getting maybe half or less of the money that they're, so studios are probably a lot stingier about what they say yes to now. And as we know, studios are
good, and we love them forever.
They're not always the most, creative forces out there. But that's
it's all one studio now, basically, at this point.
Oh, right. It's kind of Netflix and Amazon, and Jeff Bezos owns everything.
And he makes such good movies.
But I think I don't want to speak out of turn, because I think it was in the same interview. He was also saying one of the other things is that comedies don't translate to other languages as well as something like horror.
Right.
Because like horror, it's like, ooh, scary. Like it can be scary in any language, but comedy is American comedy. We have an American sensibility that might not hit everywhere else.
There are references that, like, if you were from another country, you'd be like, what's the thing that they're referencing? What's this anecdote or because like I remember in high school, I think this was my freshman year, there was like a program through my school where we had
our school.
Oh yeah, our school. Why is that a high school? Mm-hmm. Never forget. It's still around. I don't know why I said never forget. Sorry. It was like an exchange program. So like for a summer, we had a French exchange student staying with us, and I think I tried to show her, because like she was, it's to like experience Plymouth, Minnesota, I guess. Or like, I mean, we took them and they did like different excursions and stuff like that. But I think I don't even remember what I showed her, but just like showing her a comedy, and I feel like she's like, I don't, okay. Like, because like, which is fair. Like, it's just like, you can understand, especially when you're learning a language too, if it's not like a second language that you speak fluently, like
that's probably why Friends hit so well in other countries, because Friends is not the most
sitcoms probably do better because they're just situational. You're like, oh yeah,
Friends is
that's
like
a funny situation they got themselves in.
Yeah, it's funny, but it's like Friends in particular, it's like not, it's not like Arrested Development, or so, it's not like something like cutting edge. So it's just kind of like, oh, they can't fit the couch around the corner. That's funny. Yeah,
exactly.
There's,
like it's
moments like that.
Oh, they had a blunder on a date. Like, like people, it's a little more relatable than like a dead dove.
A lot of people say that people in other countries that learn English say that they learn to speak English from Friends.
Whoa.
Or I think the modern version of that is How I Met Your Mother. I think I heard one of the actors from that show saying that like a lot of people tell them that they learned how to speak English from How I Met Your Mother.
Well, not to like, but it is fascinating. Like, it's like, oh, what are the pieces of media from the US that like really hit overseas? Mm-hmm. Like things that are like, popular in the US, but they're almost like more popular in like France or Germany or like, that's, I think that's such a good point. Cause I think I saw like, I think it was like the Hot Ones interview with like Matt Damon. And he kind of said that same thing of just like studios aren't taking risks with comedies or even like a mid budget drama. Like it's like, and I think we're starting to see, public opinion kind of turn on this or get a little bored of like the superhero movies and the IP and just like remaking the same thing over and over again, because you get a lot of expensive movies that do very well, but you don't remember them. Mm-hmm. Cause like there'll be so many things that come out within like the last 2 or 3 years that make, hundreds of millions or even close to $1 billion. And I'd be like, oh, okay. It's not something I'm going to return to. It's not, and
Avatar.
I've never seen an Avatar. But
It's very silly. I don't understand it.
I mean,
budgets don't make sense either because they kind of look like video games to me.
I guess because like I guess the machines. I'm like the machines they use to render them into the Na'vi.
What?
That's what the people, or like the race of blue people, they're called the Na'vi.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I had to like put my arms up to like show to like put a Na'vi to scale. Maybe you can like insert a Na'vi.
What's a Na'vi to a Smurf ratio?
Oh, like times 10.
Okay.
Because they're very tall. I think that's like like we're
same color though.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe there is a connection. James Cameron was like, I was watching the Smurfs once, and I thought, what if
James
you stretch them out
Cameron,
so much?
What a body of work.
What a fascinating guy. Strange guy.
He seems fun.
Yeah.
Seems very Canadian.
He does. Yeah, I feel like he seems like someone you'd like sit with him for like 2 hours and you'd be like, maybe I do need to start going in a different direction. Or like he'd be like, he seems like someone who would like really convince you to get like a certain type of watch, and they just like go on and on about like how great this watch is. And like,
That is so funny you say that, because did you see his Rolex commercial?
I don't think so.
I was literally about to mention watches, because I was at the movies recently, and there is this, it's like James Cameron kind of walking around the set and like showing different cameras and be like, you know, the world will be what you make it if you just believe.
In
and
the Na'vi.
it is like saying all these kind of like buzz phrases, and then at the end it was like Rolex, and it like zoomed in on his wrist, and I'm like, what does that have to do with Rolex? I don't know.
I wish I was famous, because like I would do, I mean, for nothing evil. I'm not doing an evil ad, I swear, but like, I would love to just take home like a $3 million check for just being like Nespresso. Because I think George Clooney or something has like, he's done a lot of Nespresso commercials, or like, yeah, any product. I'm just putting that out to the universe. Like
You deserve it.
Thank you.
Out of anybody I know.
I'm not famous, and I will never be, but like I would love to do a brand deal.
I always thought that you definitely could. You have the gifts. You have the gift of the gab. You're very funny.
Oh my
and
God.
and you've got like comedy writer brain. You're not just like funny person brain. And then you can do the impressions, which I was always jealous of, because you can really do a lot of accents and impressions. You're nice to work with. You're a good actor. You're a good singer.
Stop.
You can do it all.
Get out of here.
The only thing that's stopping you.
We start fighting.
And then I find out that you're like really strong. Like you punch me and I go flying. I just
like an Anchorman. Like I forget that. Like, oh yeah, they fight with each other.
He kind of like threw the first punch. I was just like, this is very
Yeah, he
like
throws her, which is crazy. Like he
her
throws
across the room.
Also, Christina Applegate, I was so delighted with her, because like I think she really did a great job of like, because she is, which I feel like a lot of women are cast in these movies as sort of like the stray character, being like these men, but I think she imbues it with just enough of like Veronica Corningstone's kind of like a little too intense intensity. Like where she's at the desk, she goes, power, 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 which is so funny to me. And like, because she loves reading the news. Like, I think that's like, again, some of like the absurdity of like, they all love doing this. Like, they're not like, I'm a fucking newscaster. Like, they're all like, I will die if I'm not a fucking newscaster. There is no meaning to life if I'm not letting the people of San Diego know the news.
So I was really blown away when we turned on the movie last night, because I didn't realize that the first half of the movie is just workplace sexual harassment.
Oh yeah, no,
but
it's
like nonstop.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's like really uncomfortable. Like being a person in this age.
Oh, 100%.
It's just like really uncomfortable to watch. The saving grace is that it's supposed to be a satire of, you know, how things were in the 70s and things like that. But it's a weird, I don't know how to phrase it, but it's like a weird question when you watch something like that now, where you're like, where's the line in which the viewer knows that these guys are acting like idiots and they're not cool? Like, what I think when I was a kid watching it, I was like, oh, these funny, cool guys are being silly. And I think probably a lot of the sexism stuff was over my head because I was too focused on like what the jokes were.
Right.
So this time I'm just like, I'm a married guy. I've been in relationships, and I've kind of like, I've had learned empathy and life experiences over the years. And I was just like watching the movie, and I was a little horrified for Christina Applegate's character. And what do you think about a movie like that now? It's really interesting to watch, isn't it? Like, it's... No,
that's like, I think like, because like, again, a movie that like I was so fond of, and I think a lot of comedy and just like growing up, because like, I don't know if you remember this, but I remember this was like, we were adults at this point, but this was maybe like 6-7 years ago. And I think we were at your house, like the house you grew up here in Minnesota, and we tried watching Dude, Where's My Car? And we could not get past the first 15 minutes. We were like, we can't do this. Like, it was because like, I remember there's a lot of like racist stuff in that movie that like kind of just flew under. And I think that's kind of what's interesting.
When they're at the drive-through, and it's like, and you and I also tried to watch White Chicks, and we had a similar experience where we were like, oh, this is like, it
was tough.
This age is kind of weird.
And Anchorman, because like it is like watching it, it's like these guys are clearly just strange losers who have like somehow, but like there still is an element of that like boys club, and like in so many of these movies, like you could just like, and I feel like in a way that you don't see now, but like just call someone like a bitch or a whore, and that is like part of the pastiche of these idiots in the 70s. And it kind of reminds me of like, there are a lot of people who, for example, are rewatching Mad Men, and it is like some of the stuff that happens, like in terms of the racism and the sexism, it is, which is the point, like that is the point of the show. It's supposed to be difficult to see those things and to watch those, but like the early 2000s were also still very sexist and racist. And I'm not saying that hasn't gone away, but like we just approach that so differently, even in a movie where like these guys are idiots and strange and assholes, and like obviously throughout the movie, like the people start to turn on them because they're not allowed to just act the way that they have.
I think that's what makes the movie okay still to this day, is that they don't get away with their bad behavior, and they're not rewarded for it. I had an experience on the airplane one time when I watched Risky Business with Tom Cruise. It's an 80s movie.
I know, but I've never seen it. That's where he slides across the floor.
I'm going to ruin the ending of Risky Business, so skip ahead if you're listening.
If you haven't seen a movie from the 80s yet, this is your time.
If you care about Risky Business spoilers, there's something wrong with you also.
There's that.
But I genuinely enjoyed the movie because I think Tom Cruise he's an interesting actor to watch. And it was like a very ultra privileged high school student whose parents go out of town. This was years ago, so I might get the details wrong, but his parents got out of town for the weekend, and he basically has all these parties and like basically starts a brothel out of his house.
What?
And it's like, it's wild. Like all this like stuff happens. It's like really like wild. And I don't know if he like made a big mess or like ruined some of his parents' stuff, or just like he just like was being a shit the whole movie. And at the very end, his parents come home, and you're kind of like in suspense, not knowing if he's going to get away with it. And then ultimately he does get away with it. and I was really disappointed. As a
"Where?"
viewer, I was
You're
like,
"God."
I wanted this kid to have it coming, and it's like, we want the white privileged capitalist asshole to
Well, it's like
have
Ferris
it,
Bueller too.
have it
Like,
coming. Yeah.
Maybe not to the same, like Ferris Bueller wasn't running
Like, how great would it be
brothel out of his house, but
Ferris Bueller, where he like has to like have a major life change at the end of the movie. Like, but no, of course, movies like that aren't like that.
well, I mean, that's so Raven.
That's so Raven,
First of all, and so 80s. Like, I feel like that was just like, that was like the age of like the scamp. Like, if you were just like a brunette boy, like the world was your oyster.
Yeah.
A brunette boy in high school, then do anything. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but that was very much like, I feel like an 80s thing where it was sort of like, young man faces the tiniest bit of a adversity, but like not at all, I guess.
Yeah.
His weekend got a little out of hand.
Yeah, and he had it coming, and he just didn't get it. I was disappointed, but
You punched you punched the Delta screen. You're so
the
mad.
fucking horrible, like blurry Delta screen. Come on.
Yeah, you're like squinting and
We pay this money for the ticket. Give us a better looking movie. Come on. That's why I bring my iPad now.
Yeah, you're patting it up. Pat on the plane.
Pat on the, when I bring a big old plate of pad thai on the plane, I'm like, pat on the plane.
Oh, fuck, pad thai sounds so good.
Maybe we should see if Bridget wants to order some Thai after this.
Thai would be so good.
That would be so good. But I thought the movie was on the edge where,
Yeah.
and I'm a dude talking about this, so it's like, who cares about what I think about this? But I was like, this could be really kind of an icky movie if Christina Applegate wasn't so confident in herself. And also like, she's also like, yeah, you do whatever sexist joke you want to. I'm going to get on TV because that's my life goal. That's what I want. And I like that she like made that happen for herself. And I like that he got to the news station late and he wasn't able to stop her. And he was like, she got to be on TV. I'm like, like, this is lame for a dude to say, but like, women need a win in a movie like that. Otherwise it's like, what the hell am I watching? So I was so glad to see there's some moments where like these sexist dudes were not getting away with it necessarily. But very funny.
Yeah.
I laughed a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it is just like, I think, again, like, I know we've kind of touched on this already, but it's like, I just miss a goofy movie.
Yeah.
I miss, I guess I also miss a goofy movie. Which, like, it's so funny to say.
I really miss a goofy movie.
I know. Yeah. When he gets on stage with Max, stand out, which you could have a whole other podcast about.
Did you grow up watching a goofy movie?
I saw it a couple times. I don't think it was as much of a touchstone for me as it was for like
Black
some
kids.
people. Well, yeah, exactly.
I'm serious. I have a lot of black friends that talk about a goofy movie, and I totally missed that movie as a kid. I
knew I saw it, but yeah, I think I don't.
It.
I must have either saw it when I was. I'm like, well, yeah. I'm like, I knew I like, because I've seen it at least twice, but I can't remember if it was one that like we owned or if I watched it at like a friend's house.
I have to see it. It sounds. I mean, I watched the trailer.
I think you would really enjoy it.
It looks funny.
It is good, and the music. Well, because the music in the movie, like the pop star. Oh my god, I literally can't remember anything today.
Jojo Siwa. I saw a video of her performing at the Mall of America.
Keep her away from a goofy movie.
She was at MOA recently performing. Jojo Siwa.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, we love a woman in STEM. No, she's I would love if she pivoted. She'd be like, I'm a scientist now. That sounded like Holly Hunter. That didn't sound like JoJo Siwa.
Wait, do a little more Southern.
She's like, well, back to the lab for me.
Yeah. That was a good Holly Hunter.
Holly Hunter, I think Powerline is the name of... Yes, Powerline is the name of like the pop star.
Oh, okay.
In a Goofy movie.
Oh,
I don't know
nice.
if you've seen merch with him, but his singing voice is
Tevin
Tevin Campbell.
Are you
the songs in the
kidding me?
movie are so good.
Can we talk for a minute? Yeah. Girl, I want to know your name.
Ooh, that was a nice run.
For a minute.
But he has, the 2 songs in a Goofy movie, and they're both excellent. The one people know probably is Stand Out Above the Crowd, even if I gotta shout out loud.
Yes.
You might be the only face you'll see. Just like Tevin Campbell. And then, oh my God, Eye to Eye is so good.
Really, I completely missed this whole film.
It was like there is, and again, bringing it back to
bringing it back,
because Tevin Campbell, kind of a Prince protege. Like you can, like the songs they have like a princey quality to them. They're so good. So this has nothing to do with Anchorman, or
Judd Apatow,
but give a Goofy movie a watch.
Back to Judd Apatow. What is your favorite Holly Hunter movie?
The Piano.
Really?
I am obsessed with the movie. That I saw it in college and it blew my mind. Is it
the Holocaust one?
No.
Oh, no, that's The Pianist.
The Pianist, the piano. The Piano. How do I describe The Piano? So it's directed by Jane Campion, and it feels like something that's like based on a Victorian novel, but I think she also wrote the screenplay. It's about this it takes place in like the 19th century, 1800s. Is about this woman and her daughter. She is essentially, one day she just stops speaking, so she communicates with sign language. She's like, they don't really know why she stopped speaking, and she has this child that basically she had a child out of wedlock, and she's sent over to marry this guy in New Zealand. And it's sort of like an arranged marriage, basically. It has Sam Neill in it, and Harvey Keitel.
Wow.
And it's this weird kind of like erotic like drama, because she is sent over to marry this guy, and Sam Neill is kind of a creepy guy. But she kind of gets into this sort of strange relationship with the Harvey Keitel character. But it's very much not like, I think, a part that Holly Hunter is associated
Interesting.
with, because like she's kind of like a tiny Spitfire lady.
Yeah.
She's like Dash.
Can I share my favorite Holly Hunter role?
Yes.
What's funny is I was going to bring up my favorite Holly Hunter role, and I just realized that it's in a Judd Apatow produced film. So that's fun.
Oh, is it I literally can't remember. I feel like I know what it is, but I can't remember what
it's The Big Sick.
Yes,
have you seen that?
I have seen that. Yes.
Oh my God, she was great as Kumail Nanjiani's wife's mother in the film.
Yeah.
Or like girlfriend's mother in the film.
She was really good in that. I mean, she was really good in.
I'm not going to talk about the plot of that movie, because I love the journey of that movie, and I think the first time I saw it, I didn't know much about it, and I that's one I never spoil for people, because I'm just like, just go see it. It's not what you expect, and it's wonderful.
Yeah. Well, and Ray Romano.
Oh, he's him. That couple, like, I want them to be married in real life. I just like that couple they were so perfect.
Great. Yeah, they both have a very like compatible. Just like as like performers, like
when they go to his stand-up show and like someone said, makes some kind of racist ISIS joke or something, and she gets in his face. It's just wow, a beautiful movie. Amazing.
We love Holly Hunter.
Yeah,
you heard it here first.
Do you see Broadcast News?
That's one I haven't.
That's
a
a
fake
good
cinephile.
one.
I feel like it's one I would really like.
James L. Brooks, who did Spanglish. What is it?
Ella McKay. Have you heard of Ella McKay? I haven't seen it yet.
Wanted to see
I've heard
it
many things. I've heard.
I wanted to see it in theater, but then I was going to go see it, and I saw it got a bad rating, so I think I saw something else instead.
I still want to see it because it just sounds kind of.
It looks good.
Kind of goofy, but like I guess heartwarming. Like I feel like you don't get a lot of movies now either where it's like there's a young professional woman just trying to make it work. Like,
yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, James L. Brooks is, he's from The Simpsons and Terms of Endearment and all these amazing comedy drama films. So probably a huge inspiration to Judd Apatow. I think Judd Apatow has probably taken a lot from James L. Brooks, which is cool. Not a bad place to do it.
Not a bad place to be.
Sometimes when I say something and you repeat it in like a funny voice, it makes me realize how silly what I said must have sounded.
No, I feel like that's just like me trying to like continue the conversation in a really dumb way.
No, I like it. Pass me unlock your phone real quick and pass me, because I have some Anchorman facts that
Facts?
Yes, and you can pretend like you didn't accidentally see them.
I didn't. I've never.
So, okay, first one.
Never seen a notes app before.
Anchorman from 2004 was Adam McKay's directorial debut. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. Because, well, I guess there's some drama too, where like, no, not with like Anchorman, but like you had that such strong kind of partnership of like Will Ferrell and Adam McKay, but then they kind of split off because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but Adam McKay, and I can't even remember the title of it, that he made that show about the Lakers. And Will Ferrell really wanted to be in it, but then he got passed over for John C. Reilly, and
I don't know anything about this.
Really? I kind of.
But the three of them have done a bunch of stuff, haven't they? Like, isn't that like the...
Yeah, I guess some ego stuff I don't know. Man. Which is a bummer, because
my thing with
we need studio comedies, and they're not making them. Adam McKay's like, I need to make another movie about political wrongs.
We need Adam McKay and Judd and Paul Feig. We need you guys.
Yeah, we
make some fucking silly ass.
We need some silly ass comedy.
I want to give Adam Sandler some flowers.
Yeah,
he's never had them before.
Never.
No, I'm just kidding. He's like so beloved.
Yeah.
He continually puts out really silly movies like on Netflix and stuff, and they're dumb, but I love them.
He's like, I love keeping my friends employed.
I loved Hubie Halloween. I loved it. I thought it was so much fun.
I did not catch Hubie Halloween. Maybe
it was funny. It was like he's just being kind of being a character. Like it was hilarious, the whole thing. But I gotta say, wait, I'll go back to this list of facts. Yes. But there is one movie that came out in the last, I want to say 5 years, that I think is the funniest, pure, straight comedy that I've seen at all, period, in like 5 years. And it's called The Wrong Missy. Have you seen it?
I think we watched it.
Did we watch
once.
it? I thought
it has
it
Lauren
was
Lapkus in it, who is, she's a delight.
I watched it twice, or maybe 3 times, and when I saw it, I was like, why isn't she today's Jim Carrey? She's everything. She's Jim Carrey, but in not like stealing from him, but she's doing that style of comedy. She's like using her really body and elastic,
strange characters,
like stretching her face in weird ways and being like totally like uncomfortable sometimes, and it's like it's so funny, and I was delighted by that. But sorry, unlock your phone one more time.
Unlock.
All right,
I wish there was a way to keep it.
There is in settings, but I'll show you later.
I'll put that out there. I don't know how to use my phone. I've used a phone for many years, and I'm still like, wow, didn't know you could do that.
That's honestly probably good. Don't be one of those phone people that's too. All right, so Will Ferrell was inspired by a documentary about Jessica Savage, who was a female news anchor. who had to probably fight a lot of adversity, and then which was probably a more serious documentary, but it was the inspiration for this movie. The narrator, veteran Chicago news anchor Bill Curtis, was the narrator
who
for
does
the movie.
the narration throughout.
And he refused to say the word penis. So let's see here. Harold Ramis convinced a reluctant Bill Curtis to take the part. Curtis refused producer Judd Apatow's request to say penis, later admitting that he didn't want to say it in a movie that might be an embarrassment. Once it proved to be popular, he said he was open to saying it in the sequel.
He says, "I am open to penis." He's like, "I am confirmed. I am open.
I am open to full cock."
Pee. Yeah. Which is brave.
Oh, here's a fun one. Judd Apatow credits Steven Spielberg for making the movie happen. And I read more about it. Judd has a new book that is like all about his career and stuff. And as I just quickly read the chapter about Anchorman, and he said he like pitched it to DreamWorks and they didn't want to do it. And then pitched it to Universal. They didn't want to do it. But then I think maybe I'm getting...
Is it Paramount or is it DreamWorks? I don't remember.
What was the one? I think DreamWorks...
I thought you said DreamWorks passed.
They both kind of passed at first.
Oh.
And then basically Old School came out, and then like one of them changed their mind.
Oh.
And then I think Steven Spielberg really liked Will Ferrell, so he was like, we gotta. He was working with DreamWorks, and he's like, we gotta just put out anything with Will Ferrell. And so he basically talked them into putting it out. I think that's what the story is. It was one of those paragraphs that I had to read a bunch of times. There was like a lot of like businessy stuff.
A lot of insight. Yeah.
Sorry. I'm going to have you unlock it one more time.
Here, I can... Should I scroll through?
I'll just keep my thumb moving. That'll help.
Keep that thumb moving.
Let's see. Apatow said Steve Carell was so funny that it was blowing everyone's mind. He said this thing, it was this thing where everyone was killing it, but people especially were shocked at how riotous Steve was being all day with those crazy improvs. It was something magical happening with Steve Carell doing Brick. In that moment, I understood exactly what this is. So I think it was the thing that made Judd Apatow wanted to make a movie with Steve Carell, and that was The 40-Year-Old Virgin. And
wait, I thought did the 40-Year-Old Virgin come out after this?
Yeah, the next year.
Oh, which makes more sense, because like it wouldn't make because right, like again, kind of like you're talking about with Paul Rudd, like Steve Carell, I mean, like he did obviously a lot of comedy stuff before this, but I think, was this one of his
He
first...
didn't do a lot of comedy stuff before this, I don't think.
Really?
No, I mean, he was on, Second City, and he had a training for comedy and stuff like that. But I think Bruce Almighty was really his first kind of breakout role. Do you remember him and Bruce Almighty as the anchor who had to like kind of do a...
I've never seen Bruce Almighty.
Oh my gosh, we have to watch it sometime. It's really funny. It's a genuinely good movie.
Well, because there's Bruce... there's Bruce Almighty, and then is there Evan Almighty?
Yes, Evan Almighty was kind of like the sequel to Bruce Almighty. But yeah, so Evan Baxter is his character in Bruce Almighty.
Oh, gotcha.
So that was like 2003. Anchorman was 2004, and then 40-Year-Old Virgin was 2005.
Oh,
so,
okay.
And then also The Office came out in 2005. So it
What
was
a-
like, yeah. I suspect that The 40-Year-Old Virgin and a lot of these other movies are part of the reason why The Office stayed on air. Because I feel like they're like, oh, we have a star on our hands now, and he's the star of our TV show. So like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, because like it is, I feel like compared to for TV, like it is harder. I'm sure for even TV too, it's harder to get a comedy made, because like a TV comedy, like most of them, I mean, some are great right out the bat, but I feel like that's not always the case. That's actually less common. Like you kind of need to give them at least 2 seasons, 2 to even 3 seasons sometimes, to really find its footing, find its voice, figure out how you want the characters. Cause like with a drama, like you're like, okay, you have this very familiar thing that happens to people, and yeah, the chemistry of the cast is important, and obviously a lot of that is performance driven, but like comedy is usually so ensemble driven that you kind of need to give a while for it to shake out. I mean, because I do remember watching The Office when it first came out, like with my parents, but I guess I don't remember like how it was initially received, like in those first 2 seasons.
The Office?
Yeah.
I read an oral history book about The Office recently, and I think the beginning of The Office was a huge struggle. The first 2 seasons, they only got 6 episodes that they had to beg for, basically the first season. And I think, they would give them like 2 episodes at a time. And like,
wow.
So they thought they were going to be canceled the whole time.
Oh, wow.
And until basically the 3rd season, then Steve Carell was a big star, and they were like, okay, our jobs are secure.
Yeah.
But I think the first 2 seasons was very insecure for everybody. And there's some fun stories in that book, like Jenna Fisher telling about like kind of like going to the Golden Globes, but like no one knew who they were yet, and Steve wasn't like a big star yet, so he was just like, "Are you guys gonna go to the Golden Globes?" And like, I think it was a struggle for that show.
I feel like that's the case for most comedies, or they just don't last very long. I mean, the original Arrested Development was 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And it's considered such a classic now. And I even remember my parents liked Arrested Development when it came out.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like just the tone of the show and how absurd it was, I feel like at a certain point they're like, we just don't have an audience.
Aren't the best shows the ones that get canceled? Freaks and Geeks and Arrested Development are my favorite shows probably of all time. Or like The Office too, but The Office got a full 9 seasons. But a lot of my favorite shows are like these, like the ones that get canceled, and I'm just like, I'm mad they got canceled, but they're also perfect. Like, there's not like a wasted moment in any of those shows.
And just like, I mean, and we'll get back to, I promise we'll get back to, but yeah, just like looking at something like Arrested Development, it was like, how is this on Fox?
Yeah.
How is this like, they got this to be like a mainstream, which I mean, it does have, some mainstream appeal in a lot of ways, but there is some stuff where I'm like, how did they pull this off? And for especially some of the jokes for like an audience, like it was pretty close after like 9/11, and there are a lot of jokes.
Yeah. There's like jokes about, it's really amazing. We were just talking about like, how did things get made or things getting canceled? It makes me think about like Anchorman. They had to fight really hard to get this movie made. I didn't know much about Anchorman until the last 2 days, because I watched it yesterday and then I did a lot of research today. And it sounds like Judd had to really fight the studios to like make this happen, and then Steven Spielberg ended up being the one to kind of make it happen. But Judd, I think, is underrated as a producer in terms of fighting studios and believing in a vision. The more I learn about Judd, I hear these stories about like him on Freaks and Geeks. Like, people would be like on set and then see him out the window in the parking lot on his cell phone, like just screaming at studio heads, like you don't understand our like you just, and I love that energy that he has, where he like really believes in people. That's I think that's kind of one of the main reasons why I'm interested in him and kind of obsessive about him. And because when I hear people talk about him, he's like this figure who like mentors people without like expecting anything back, and like brings people together and makes comedy this like collaborative thing. And like his sets sound fun. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe he's mean, but I don't think he's a mean guy. He seems like a really collaborative, cool, easygoing person who also like fights for the dreams that he has. And I was like, that's so cool. Like, I don't know. I get excited about that.
The dreams are like a movie like Anchorman, but like as silly as it is, I mean, that kind of like Will Ferrell, Adam McKay brand of comedy, like spawned so much other stuff.
Yeah, and that's just one avenue. Like there's like the Seth Rogen, James Franco avenue. There's like the Lena Dunham avenue. Like I feel like he's kind of put his eggs in a million baskets, and they all either did really well commercially or stood the test of time in terms of people really just liking them. Like, it's just cool. I think he's a cool figure. And
well, I mean, and just even this movie too, I was thinking of like there was so much there was such a life after it of just like, it wasn't just like, oh yeah, it was in theaters and it hit streaming, but it was like people were saying like the like you stay classy, like frat bros were using a lot of that. I feel like Ron like scotchy scotch like that. Yeah, like that was like when people used to just like repeat lines from movies, which like you see a bit now, but it's not in the same way as when we were growing up where you would just like have a piece of media and you like a DVD that you just like watch over and over and over again. And it's funny because like you'd think it'd be easier now because everything's on streaming, but it's like renting something on a TV is just not the same as like
it's just
putting a DVD in. And I think like Anchorman just I just love the broadness of it. It's not it's satirical, but it's not really like an ironic movie. I mean, like everyone is committing so hard to these characters, and I think that is like, depending on how you feel about Will Ferrell, like he very clearly loves just creating goofy characters and just committing to them fully, because I feel like there are some comedians who it's like their own persona as a person is funny, and that's kind of what they do in a movie, but he just loves dumb characters and commits to them so fully. Like genuinely in this movie, I'm like, he is so great at this. And I feel like you don't see a lot of comedy stars like that. Even. Like there are, you could argue there are still some comedy stars, but it's such a kind of different brand of humor. And I think one thing that I just know about Will Ferrell is like, I think I don't remember, maybe it was on like Las Culturistas, the podcast. Like
I haven't heard it.
With like I don't remember the names of Matt Rogers, Bowen Yang, their podcast.
Oh, cool.
Because I think like Will Ferrell has like a podcast network now, and Las Culturistas got absorbed into that. But anyway, I think they like had Will Ferrell on as a guest, and I think he went to school to be like a sports journalist.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like that's what he wanted to do when he started college, but then he just started like doing characters. Like he was like, yeah, I had this character where I was like a janitor who would like just barge into like classes and just start like loudly like taking the trash out and like talking to people. And he was like, oh, I'm getting attention for this in a way, and I'm really loving this. I didn't know this about myself. And I think you kind of see that in his persona. Like, as much of a fucking idiot as Ron Burgundy is, you're like, he's kind of a good newscaster. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, he is, I mean, he's absurd, but like I'm like, yeah, I could see this as like a newscaster in the 70s. This is off topic too, but like I also just like, something I appreciate about this movie is like the sets look like real sets. You see like I'm like, wow, actually the production design is like actually really thoughtful and detailed.
It's a high budget comedy. They did a great job.
Like the CD bar that he's in with like Danny Trejo, I'm like, yeah, that looks like a dive bar. Like that it, and I'm not to say like that is totally gone now, but it's like there is a lot of commitment and care in a comedy that like it might not seem like it needs to be there, but it's like, yeah, they really committed to the 70s bit, and in a way that I think actually really helps the movie.
Yeah.
Whereas like I feel like if it looked lazy, or if it looked sort of like, yeah, it's kind of the 70s, like I don't know if it would hit the same way, because I think as much it's like, you know, obviously it's a commentary about this, you know, the insane like sexism of that era and like the boys club, but I think it also which like I can't like speak that it's like exactly historically accurate, but like I think that is like maybe not something you'd clock right away, but like I think that's part of maybe why I love, because like I love period shit.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that it actually does very well, and it does, and like you don't expect that from a comedy to be like, wow, they really paid attention to like the kind of like furniture you'd have in a house in the 70s, but like,
yeah, I was just blown away when I turned it on. I was like, oh, this is a period piece, like I said before, but yeah, they really did a good job with it. Can I share with you a moment that I really loved in the movie?
Yes.
And it was really, it tickled me. These guys, the main four, they're extremely sexist. And I would say minus Steve Carell's character, because he's mostly just kind of a sweet guy who isn't very intelligent. Yeah. And he kind of goes along with what his friends are saying. So he doesn't really even understand the sexism that his friends are kind of saying a lot of times. But there's this moment where Will Ferrell admits that he had sex with the what's her Veronica.
Yeah.
And so they all follow him to his office, and I expected what they were going to say is like, oh yeah, you banged her last night. And they close the door, and then the guy goes, so tell me, like,
it's so good.
Did you experience love?
Like, are you in
love? Like
how was it? And he was like,
it was like really like,
they're like, no,
like the love. It was really sweet. And it's like, I'm curious about that decision, because it's like, I don't know. It's confusing because there
is like a weird, like sort of sweetness every once in a while, I think too, where it's like, these idiots have like, and I think that's like such a funny joke to have like the Paul Rudd like character to something it's Brick Tamblyn, Brian Fantana, that's Paul Rudd's character, to be like the Lothario, but you're like, he might actually be a virgin. Like like that's so funny, like the implication that like the ladies man, like the hot one, is like never had sex before is so good.
Yeah.
Well, and then there's also like the sort of like the David Koechner oh my god, the whammy.
Oh, all the gay stuff with David Koechner.
I was like that's
he kind of turns halfway through the movie, and he really seems to have a crush on Ron, and
I fully believe he is in love with him.
Really funny.
Wait, because like Brick Tamblyn, that's Steve Carell, Brian Fantana, and Chip.
Come on, Morgan.
I know.
You have the movie memorized.
I did.
Do you think you could memorize, or do you think you could recite a lot of portions of that movie?
I could probably parts, all of it. No, just because there's
you were like saying every line.
Oh my god, that's so
it was so cool. I thought,
I don't think that's cool. I think that's
what's funny
indicative
is I think
some things.
I brought this story up to you a long time ago, but after that happened, and I think you were just as embarrassed. But I
was, because like I don't. You're like, remember when we watched this? I'm like, I guess don't.
I don't think you need to be embarrassed about your skill of memorizing so many lines. Was like, I was just very impressed by it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel, yeah, I'm pretty good with like song
lyrics
too.
I am horse shit with song lyrics. I can't remember
any
song lyrics.
But you are such a musician, but like you could probably like hear a lick and be like, oh yeah, like I know.
Yeah, and so when it comes to music, like I love lyrics, and like good lyrics are, I love poetry, I love, fiction, and so I do love words, but for some reason like song lyrics I just can't fucking remember.
That's because I feel like song lyrics I can get pretty quickly, but yeah, for whatever reason, I just like, I think that was like one of the first comedies I saw where like it kind of, I was like, oh, I like comedy, not just as like, that was a funny gag in a Disney movie. Like it was like comedy as like a separate kind of like practice. Sounds like funny, but like I remember seeing like Anchorman, and also, which is like, that's a whole other kind of genre of just comedy and also like filmmaking, but like I think I saw Napoleon Dynamite in theaters twice, and the first time I did not get it, and then the second time I was like,
oh, interesting.
Oh my God, this is something, not like I feel like I didn't get it, not that I didn't like it necessarily, but I was like, I've never really seen anything like that sort of, I mean, it's not documentary style, but sort of that like slice of life, sort of awkward style of
nothing
comedy.
Like it. There's nothing like that movie.
I had never really seen anything like that before. And I think in a weird way, Anchorman was kind of similar, whereas like this is my first like adult comedy that I think I had ever seen, probably.
Napoleon Dynamite like blew my world apart when I was in 5th grade, and I saw it in the theater. And I remember I went with my neighbor Zach Lineberger to see that movie. And I got Milk Duds, and I think 2 or 3 of my molars came out.
Oh my God.
Because in 5th grade, you're still losing teeth. And I think I lost like a few molars while watching Napoleon Dynamite because of Milk Duds. And I've looked at online, and there's a lot of Milk Dud related tooth loss. I mean,
they really get stuck in there. Like I think I had one a couple years ago, and I was like, yeah, I shouldn't be eating these.
Oh no, that's still one of my favorite candies.
They're good.
I can go crazy on a box of Milk Duds.
You're dudding.
I'm dudding.
You're dudding. You're milk dudding. I somehow, usually I just do I'll do like a Diet Coke and a popcorn. That's kind of my basic standard
movie theater snack.
But Reese's Pieces,
I used to eat the whole bag.
That's my movie theater like sweet treat.
For me, when I was a kid, because I was such a sugar addict, and I still am, but it was really bad when I was a kid. I chose Reese's Pieces not because it was my favorite candy, but because the serving size was the largest. The bag is
that
huge.
Rocks. Yeah, you really get your bang for your buck, and I think that's probably what I appreciate as well, is like
just quantity.
Yeah, they really. Maybe because like they're clearly popular enough, but like very few people would probably say that like Reese's Pieces are their favorite candy. But
no,
like that's probably why they're like, yeah, we'll give them a few more, because people are only eating these at the movie theater anyway. Because you don't see you're not seeing those make the list of like Reese's.
Yeah,
the cup.
My hot take, my favorite form of Reese's, the Puffs.
Oh, it's a wonderful cereal.
The cereal is better than any damn Reese's candy. It's so good.
Oh yeah, I could go for a bowl of that, because like it had some depth to it.
It really did.
But it does. It's
the
not
outer
too
layer
sweet too. It's sweet, but it's not too sweet.
No, and it's not. And it has that kind of cornmeal vibe on the inside. The outer layer has this kind of matte finish.
It's delicious. It's dusty, a beautiful
kind
cereal.
of dusty, sandy like
And the
matte
colors
finish.
look natural, which I appreciate. You know what I mean? Like it's not like a Fruity Pebble or a Fruit Loop, but you're like, I could find this in nature. Like I could.
Yeah.
These colors.
If I found a Reese's Puff tree, I would move.
You're like,
to
this,
the-
I don't need this house.
I would
anymore.
buy that plot of land. I would, man.
Oh wow! I could really.
I haven't
go
had
for
a Reese's Puff in quite a while. But
a single puff. I don't really eat a lot of cereal.
I should start a podcast called Puff Puff Pass where people eat bowls of Reese's Puffs and we talk.
Fuck, that would.
You know, this podcast, there won't be hundreds of episodes of this. It's a limited series. I can admit that. There's only so much you can talk about Judd Apatow, but next podcast, I'm going for the puffs.
Go for the puffs because wow, I feel like it is a popular cereal, but I don't think it gets the love that, maybe it should.
Yeah.
Because
And fuck that.
Honestly.
Just go full Jacob Fry. Just say fuck that.
No, he's a good guy. No, he's not.
Well, thank you for joining me for
Thank you for having me.
Apatow Nerd. This was so
I
great.
feel like there are a lot of digressions, so I hope there's enough.
My hope actually was that we would talk about the movie, but then whatever else. So that's within the mission statement.
Oh, good. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like nonprofits and like this podcast. I'm sure like you gotta keep the mission in mind.
Yes.
So important. Well, thank you for having me.
Yes.
What a delight.
You were a delight.
Thanks, Ethan.
Bye now.
You stay classy. And thanks for stopping by.
Apatow Nerd is created, hosted, recorded, edited, and mixed by me, Ethan Yeshaya. The lovely theme music was written and recorded by my dear friend Nick Costa. If you can connect me with someone who's worked with Judd Apatow or have an Apatow-related story, please send me an email at apatownerd@gmail.com. Stay curious, be funny, and we'll see you next time.